Hey guys, Shay here. I'm going to show you how I took these ugly cream colored and holy walls and turned them into something bright and white and ready to rent in just a couple of days for under $150. Alright, so we are in the process of moving and painting. We have painted all of that white. Now we're going to paint this side of the room cream colored. The big thing that you have to do is prep it. Prepping is really important, so you want to take everything out and you want to make sure that you fill in all of these cracks perfectly well. Thank you. All of these wall anchors need to come out, so I'm going to pull all of those out with you can use pliers or you can use the screwdrivers. I use flathead screwdrivers to do that. All right, so the most important part of painting is the prep work, because if the prep work's not done right, then it's not gonna go on evenly and it's not gonna look very good either. So I've already taken everything off, from the curtains to all the screws, all the anchors in the wall, all those kinds of things. And so the next thing you need to do is clean the walls. I just use water and a rag or a washcloth or whatever you have, and I just wipe it down. You wanna make sure all the cobwebs and all the dirt is off, because again, that will leave it uneven. Whenever I'm filling in these holes, I always like to go and scrape it and make sure that it's perfectly even before I apply the actual spackling that you have. I just bought this little pink one, jalapenos. I just bought this little pink one. We have a huge tub of it because we've done walls inside of sheds and things like that. But this is just a small one to get these little ones done in here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add it. This one's actually colored too, so it's pink and it will turn white when it's done. And you just want to put it into the holes and fill them. Once you fill them, you want to use as little as possible while keeping the holes filled in. That way you don't have as much to sand down, so it's less work, less dirt and things like that as well. So you just, sometimes I'll put 2 coats over it, and then you're gonna make sure all of the holes are filled in, as little as possible over it, so that you can fill the hole without having to do lots of sanding. So I'm gonna go and do all of these all around, finish washing off my walls, and then once this is white, we'll sand it and get it ready for the actual painting. Again, this is one of the most important steps. You wanna make sure that you take your time doing this. Do 2 or 3 coats if you need to. That way the wall is perfectly smooth. All right, so now that we've got all the paint settled in along the walls, what I always do is I like to feel to see if they're smooth or not. I have not sanded it yet, so I just feel it and I try to sand it on the whole entire wall until it feels smooth all the way across. And so you'll just do that for all of them. If it does not feel smooth, well then don't go underneath it. If it does not feel smooth, that means it will not be smooth for that as well. Yeah, hold on 1 second. So you want to make sure that you rub it until it's all smooth. That way it leaves no marks. Again, if it's rough, like right here, it's still rough because I haven't sanded it. I have to go back over it. And you want to kind of feel along the whole wall, because you want the whole entire wall to be smooth. It's gonna get in your eye if you sand too. Don't, I have the video on there. And so once it's smooth, you can go on to the next one. Now I buy these because sometimes I'll put water on them, and so it collects the water in there and it sands nicer because it gets it wet. Sometimes I dry sand it. It just depends on what I'm feeling and how thick I put it on. If you didn't put it on very thick, it shouldn't take very long to sand. So like these guys are already done. This is already done. And that's already done as well. Close that down. I've got the air conditioner on. Lock it. All right, so I'm gonna spend my time sanding the entire thing. To do, make sure everything is obviously cleaned. And when I do it, I simply go like this, and then I just make sure that it's along the edge.
Is it in the closet?
I don't think so, baby, but you can look in there. And so when I do it, I just...
Is it in that clear thingy?
See, there's still some dirt on there. Okay.
Is it in the clear thingy?
It could be in the clear thingy. Yeah, you'll just have to take a look.
Get it for me when you're done with recording.
Yeah. All right, there is what it started as. And then this is the color that it's going to be. A nice, lovely white color with a hint of blue that Ryan picked out. Again, old color, new color. All right, so here's the final wall. I think I'm gonna put one more coat on it because there is some splotches in there still. But right here's the spot where I put the filler in. So this one didn't come out too well, but all of the rest of them, you can see came out pretty good. This color is really nice too. It's on the table because the color doesn't show all of the imperfections. If you are a painter, if you start painting, then as you go through, you'll start seeing the imperfections as you go along. It's very, very difficult to make them perfect. So overall, it turned out pretty good. This is where I'm gonna have to put a second coat on it. I did put a second coat on the wall in here. So the satin finish that I bought worked really well because the whole entire chalk wall was black and it had lots of chalk and stuff on there and it covered it really, really well. So that's 2 coats and it's completely covered. So all I have left to do is to put a second coat in here and then it will be done. I also bought this trim paint to start doing the trim. So it looks like my child got into it right there because it is not painted well anymore. But I bought this ultra white one. So I'm gonna change those because it was really dirty down there and now they look good and brand new. So it looks really good. It turned out really well. I'm very happy with it. This is the color that it was and you'll notice that the coloring is slightly off. This is white and this is slightly off white. So we'll see how I'm gonna do that. And then obviously I have to clean the windows.